Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for Raised by Wolves, Season 1, Episode 4, Nature's Course. So before I get started here, let me take care of some business first, and then we'll get into it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, you're going to see a video that pops up at the very end here. Basically, YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching, tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos, my fast feeder librarian pops it up there just for you. Also, if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you can hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule that's up there. I change it out every week. And also the links to my social media are there too. So Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, no tiers set up yet on the Patreon. I'm waiting until I hit 1,000 subs before that actually happens. And I also have links to this YouTube channel, my Facebook page, and a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. All right. With that said, spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. Okay, we got that? Spoiler alert? Yeah. Excuse me. It's a little smoky here, so my voice is a little bit on the shot side because of breathing in smoke all the time. It actually looks like twilight out there right now. It has all day, and it's just been kind of nasty looking. But still, I'm about 30 miles away from the nearest fire right now, but it's going in the opposite direction, so I'm good. So, I really don't know what the fuck HBO Max is doing. Yes, they dropped the first 3 episodes like the boys did, and I understand that. That's fine. They wanted to kind of compete with that. That's perfectly fine. But then this week it was supposed to go 1 episode a week, and today they dropped 4 and 5 episodes, 4 and 5. I'm just doing episode 4 right now. I will probably come back this weekend and do episode 5. So this episode was directed by Luke Scott, uh, Ridley Scott's son, who isn't at all benefiting from nepotism at all. But yeah. Joe, I'm going to disagree with you on this. I honestly am still trying to get into this whole series, and we're in episode 4 here. I don't care about any of the characters, quite honestly. I really don't. If anything, I'm kind of rooting for Mother to kind of, go full on lethal mode and start killing all humans. Kill all humans, baby. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm rooting for at this point. It doesn't know what the fuck it wants to be. This show does not know what it wants to be. Does it want to be a sci-fi show? Does it want to talk about religion versus science? And the thing is, it's also coming at science from a point of view of a religious point of view. It's basically saying that science is a belief, which is not the case. So it's a misguided notion, quite honestly. And then it's also going through the supernatural portion of it because we keep having this tally, the little girl who disappeared years before, supposedly down one of the snake holes, is popping up, and now father is seeing her, and yeah, and other people have seen her too, but yeah, father sees her at the end and kind of takes his focus away from the kids and all that stuff. So it's doesn't know what the fuck it wants to be. And then also doesn't want to be a continuation of Aliens or Alien Covenant, because I'm seeing bits of that in there as well, especially with the Mithraic, marching across the desert. Why are they marching across the desert? What was that about? I thought they were supposed to be going after the kids. Instead, they seem to be going in the opposite direction of where the kids are. It's doesn't I don't understand what's going on there because they haven't made it clear. And they come across some structure in the desert. This weird, it basically looks like a gamer dice, a gigantic gamer dice that's been thrown into the desert. And they're going, it's part of the prophecy. It's we will know it by its many sides. And it's like, did your Dungeons and Dragons master were they the ones that wrote your prophecies, or what's going on here? And it emits heat and whatnot. So of course they are gathered around it because it's cold as fuck on this planet, and they didn't think to bring any blankets with them or anything like that. And of course, Marcus is having issues with his eminence, uh, Ambrose, and he ends up actually finding out that Sue is not. I mean, he starts thinking that Sue is not one of them because he tells her lines from a lullaby, from a Mithraic lullaby that all Mithraic children know, and she doesn't know it, of course, because she's not Mithraic. And of course, he tries killing Marcus by throwing something called an earwig in his ear, or planting an earwig in his ear, which is, I guess, atheist technology. Again, nothing is actually fleshed out in this, so we don't know exactly what's happening and why. I mean, uh, you know, I'm starting to just think that they're just throwing anything they want at the wall because Mother removes the tracking from the kids' feet. She basically tells them to sleep, which we didn't know she had that power over humans, where she just goes, "You're going to sleep now, sleep," and everyone goes, "Okay," and they pass out. And it's like, wait, how do you have that ability? And then when she's able to take out the tracker out of the kid's foot, she puts her finger over the top of the hole that she has made with a little scalpel and seals it up like that. Okay, that's another power that she's got now. And I'm like, so can we have a running list of what the fuck her powers are at this point? Because it's getting ridiculous to the point where uh, anything she can think of, she can do. And Father is kind of feeling inadequate. And he even says so, that he feels inadequate. So he decides to try and teach the kids how to hunt, and that whatever that bony creature is that he's got trapped in the shed, he's gonna have the kids kill it and eat it. And they, of course, don't want to kill it. And of course, at the end, Tempest, who's pregnant, ends up killing the thing, and then she freaks out because the thing was pregnant. She sees the fetus inside of it. Yeah. Was the leader an android? Joker says no, he was not. So but the whole thing with Campion, so Campion also is looking for food, other sources of food at this point. Yeah, he had a fake hand, Joker. He had a prosthetic hand. He even said he had an accident on Earth and it was replaced with a prosthetic hand. Think of Luke Skywalker, if you will. So Campion, of course, is looking for other means of food because he does not want to kill the creature, and he's trying all kinds of different things. He goes out with Father and he's looking at these nuts which turn out to be poison. um and it's basically he's the only one that could eat those carbos, the ones that are radioactive. Why is he the only one that can eat these things? Why can none of the other kids eat them? Why is everyone getting sick? Like all the kids that he grew up with, why did they die off of this? They live for a long period of time from what it looks like before they end up getting the cough and getting sick and dying. But what makes Campion so special that he can, fend off radiation? So that's an interesting question of this. But again, at the same time, this series does not know where the fuck it's going or what it wants to do, what it wants to say. And I'm smelling Prometheus all over again, is what I'm smelling. And that's not good, is what's happening. And yes, I know the series is written by or created by someone else, but Ridley Scott has taken it over now, and he's the one that is dictating where things are going. And if you read any of the behind the scenes of Prometheus, of how much of a shit show that was, even with Damon Lindelof, being as bad of a writer as he was, but you pair him with Ridley Scott, who was changing his mind every 5 seconds, and you got Prometheus out of that. So yeah, I'm not holding out too much more hope for this one. And I don't know. I might stick it through the end, but right now, wow, it's just the visuals are great. Some of the ideas brought up are okay. And I'm like, all right, that's interesting. Where are you going with this? Oh, you're going nowhere with this. All right, I understand that now. Um, so yeah, I'm really not I want a narrative is what I want at this point. I would actually take the unreliable narrator to come back because we were missing that this episode. And yeah, that's what we need at this point. So, oh, and also Ambrose, his eminence ends up dying. He gets lit on fire by the the 20-sided die, the giant 20-sided die out in the desert, because Marcus hears a voice in his head, and at least that's what he tells Sue. And then he pushed Ambrose up against the heating rock there, the heating 20-sided die of death, and Ambrose lit on fire, and no one put him out. You would think he was in the middle of some sand. All the motherfucker needed to do is stop, drop, and roll. But I guess he didn't realize that because he was reading, too many prophecies is what it was, instead of basic fire safety of stop, drop, and roll. That's juju, by the way, if you're on fire, kids. Stop, drop, and roll. And if you see somebody on fire, try and help them out and smother the fire, grab a fire extinguisher, do something. Yes, granted, Ambrose was a dick and needed to die, but still, yeah. Oh, man. So no hope for this episode for me on this one. And it's not because I'm cranky or anything like that. No, it's not that. It's just as I was watching this more and more, it was pissing me off more and more. And I was in a perfectly good mood earlier today. So yeah, that's all I can tell you on that one. So what else do I have going on the rest of this week? Tomorrow is The Boys. That's right, The Boys drops tomorrow. Saturday is another episode of Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any other genre stuff you guys want to talk about, and we talk about it. Sunday is going to be Lovecraft Country. I think I'm also going to do episode 5 of Raised by Wolves on Sunday as well. And let's see, Monday I'm going to be off. Tuesday is going to be Is It Worth My Time? And I believe I'm going to do, initially I was going to do something else, but I think I'm going to do Freaks, You're One of Us. It's a German movie that's on Netflix. Because I need to talk about that, obviously. We need to talk about that. Wednesday I'll be off, and then Thursday we roll back around again to another, I don't know, 5 episodes of Raised by Wolves, or 2 episodes, or maybe 3 episodes. We don't know what HBO Max is going to do. So, Words 789, should I watch this or The Boys? The Boys. Words, if you have one to choose from, watch The Boys. This is not worth it. This is definitely not worth it. Yeah. Yeah, if you only have one that you can choose from, go with The Boys. The Boys is the better pick on this. This is just honestly all over the place. It really is all over the place. And yeah, someone just needs to say no to Ridley Scott at some point and go, no, and just hit him in the nose with a rolled up newspaper. No, is what they need to do. So you can't do that. Tell a story, motherfucker. A coherent story. There we go. All right. With that said, as I've probably scared off more viewers now at this point with that, I want to thank everybody who joined me tonight in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the Rambly video. And hopefully I'll see you again, tomorrow for The Boys. Remember, if you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the very end of this video. If you'll, watch the video that pops up here, it's put up there just for you by YouTube. And if you like what you see there, hit the subscribe button down below there too, and hit the like and the share button too while you're down there. Also, if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance that YouTube actually notifies you. Best thing to do is go to suspenderfanimation.com, take a look at the schedule up there, and all my links to my social media. So Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. And also my Facebook page and my YouTube page and the Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. So with that said, I'm going to let you guys go for the night. Thank you, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may find a 20-sided gigantic dice out in the middle of a desert of a random planet that you decide to land on. And, it's emitting heat and talking to you. And if that happens, you may want to seek some help. Thanks, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Until then, have a good night. Stay safe. Be well. And, hopefully you're not anywhere in the fire zone like I am. Talk to you later. I will see you then, and take care.